好，现在就可以开始哈。好，那我就是做一个自我介绍，我是施国良 Scott Simon， 我是渥太华大学加拿大渥太华大学人类学系的教授。我在台湾已经做研究20年，我做原住民的研究15年，都是跟 Drugu 还有 Sejek 在一起啊。已经2年多，我在部落有研究啊，比较专门在做那个狩猎文化、狩猎权。还有那个生态的知识啊。So I'm going to finish in English, but anyway, I've been working with many hunters and trappers, learning about the ways that they protect animals in a way that can, because after all, hunters are the ones who want to protect animals more than anyone else because they want them for the future generations. So today I'm going to make 3 points that I think are important as Taiwan is looking forward to legal revisions. The first one is that hunters are capable of managing their own hunting territories in their practices. So I've learned by spending time with hunters that they are very good at dividing up the territory. I think we can see that each bulo, each clan, they have their way of dividing up the territories. Each clan has its own particular place in the forest. And they can exclude other people from their territory. 这个很重要，是可以排他性啊，是可以拒绝别人进来。Within each one of those territories, then trappers will have a trap line. So they have a line in which they can trap, know exactly where their traps are. So I think that the point that I want to make is that by legalizing hunting, including trapping, Okay. So the point I want to make is that by making hunting legal, then it's possible to take the system that already exists in which clans have territory, individual hunters have trap lines, and to institutionalize the rules that they already have. You know, in the Drugu and Sejek, it's called Gaya. I think that in some places, like in national parks, it's illegal to hunt, but maybe it's possible to create co-management regimes in which hunters, along with other stakeholders, can work together to create the rules for hunting in those territories. Wherever the hunting territories are, however, I think it's important that the hunters have a voice, a way of determining the rules for such things as hunting licenses, the seasons for hunting, the places for hunting, catch limits, and so forth. Each group already has its own rules. It's a question of being able to formalize things and to make hunting more effective and more sustainable. I think that because hunting is criminalized, there's a lack of trust. Hunters are unwilling to cooperate with outsiders. But if these different forms of management can be made, then it's possible to work together. If they can work together, then it's more easy to estimate the number of animals, since hunters as well as wildlife biologists can work together to know the numbers of animals in any particular area, which is necessary knowledge for sustainable management of hunting resources and scientific research. Anyway, that's the first point I want to make, that hunters are capable of managing hunting themselves. 猎人可以自己管理自己的猎场，已经做了几千年内。So a second thing I'm worried about are these guns here. 这个土枪，这个才是合法的，因为大家都有自己做自己的那个土枪。我觉得这个很危险的，其实常常有人受伤啊，因为他们做自己的猎枪。我觉得这是一个大的问题。I think it's quite important, in fact, that legalized hunting permits Taiwan to import modern hunting rifles and ammunition. It's quite well known that the type of gun does not change the number of animals much. It doesn't have an influence on the number of animals caught. 这个如果有比较安全的猎场会比较好。我觉得很奇怪，哪有一个国家是说你可以合法开车，不给你安全的车子啊？猎场是一样，一定要安全的、合法的猎场。Second point is guns need to be safe. A third point to make is about trapping. 放陷阱、放夹子啊。 因为现在完全是违法。那我觉得应该是可以合法的放夹子、放陷阱。这个是因为大部分的猎人是老人家，老人家大部分是放陷阱，不是拿猎枪啊。那很多人是怕那个猎枪是比较残忍。People are afraid that the traps are cruel to animals. Now there are a number of modern traps that can be used. And so, for example, in Canada, there's an agreement with the European Union. In order to trap the animals and sell the furs to Europe, they have to use cruelty-free certified traps. They don't use the steel jaws. They use the kind of trap that clamps down on the animal's neck. And depending on the kind of animal it is, use a different size of the trap, but it permits the animal to die within a matter of seconds rather than to slowly die in minutes or even hours. So they got quick deaths, which is considered to be more humane. I think that only by legalizing trapping can you have the institutions to bring in cruelty-free traps. And you know, a good trapper with some good traps is able to actually decide which species they're going to get, and is quite effective in gaining the species that was selected. So those are the 3 points that I wanted to make, that it's necessary to have a system in which hunters manage their own hunting territories. It's necessary to have safe guns. It's necessary to make trapping legal as well. Indigenous people in Taiwan have been hunting for thousands of years. We know that people are part of the environment. Without people hunting, the balance in the environment is affected. And I think we can say that the fact that there are so many animals in Taiwan today shows that these practices that they have are sustainable. I think, in fact, it's the loss of habitat to national parks, roads, trains, mining, agriculture, 高丽菜, those are the big problems. I think we have to recognize that hunting is a right. It is guaranteed by the basic law. It's linked to culture and religion, so we can say it's an issue of religious freedom. It's linked to what the Drogo people call Gaya, sacred law. The question is not whether or not to decriminalize hunting. It's how to do so effectively in a way that protects the rights of hunters as well as conserves animals. And after all, hunters need animals for generations to come. This is going to take collaboration between hunters and other stakeholders. Criminalization, which has been the case for since the 1970s, does not work. And so therefore, Taiwan needs new forms of management. 我觉得可以参考